What's up, guys? It's your boy Los, and today I have a special guest with us. His name is Carlos as well. You guys might have seen him on 60 Days In, a boxer now, the ICB champion.
The message for anybody who wants my spot. Come take it. It's sitting right there for you. But you gotta be willing to die for it. Because I'm willing to kill to keep it. And if you're not willing to die for it, I suggest you sit back down and watch me shine.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
2-0, about to be 3-0 after next fight on this Saturday, right?
Yep, this Saturday, 3-0. It's gonna be 3-0, baby.
I'm always gonna put their hands on Lucky Chucky, man.
Yes,
But
sir.
Carlos, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Can't complain. Just staying focused and just staying focused and locked in, like tunnel vision. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How was how's the training going?
Training is going good. I've actually been training. This is the longest training camp that I've had.
Hmm.
My last fight was July 29th of last year, and every day since, from July 29th to this current day, what's today's day? April
April
13th, 14th, April 14th,
14th, yeah. 14th.
April 14th. So every day since, I've been consistently at the gym, either at the boxing gym or at the regular gym, continuously perfecting my technique and my craft. Throughout that time, I've only had 2 weeks off in that time
Hmm.
frame. You know what I mean? So it's I've been training since hard. It's been a long training camp.
How did you, I mean, obviously you've always been in street fights and stuff, but what made you want to jump into boxing?
It's something that I've always wanted to do. Um,
Nice.
growing up and being around my mom, my dad, and my Uncle Junior, there was times where, HBO back in the day was popping in the 90s and all that. So it was something that I've always been around and something that I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to fight. You know what I mean? I just fighting is just something that came naturally.
Mm.
Um, but I never had the opportunity in the 80s and the 90s or in the early 2000s to actually go to a boxing gym, because at the end of the day, funds wasn't where it was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So, my mom and dad, they put me in a little bit of karate, which that shit only lasted like a month. You know what I'm saying? But it
Wow, you didn't
always,
like it?
nah, I didn't like the karate. It wasn't for me. You know what I mean? It wasn't for me. And that hee ha ha hoo ha, nah, none of that was for me. But it was something that I've always wanted to do, and I had the opportunity to actually box.
Mm.
So, I started off with celebrity boxing, and the company that I worked for, the owner was like, "Yo, like I'm a fan of you from the show. I'm a fan of gambling. I'm a gambling man. I'm a sportsman. Like." And I spoke to him. I was like, "Listen, I got this opportunity to do celebrity boxing, down in Atlantic City at the Showboat Casino. How do you feel about investing in a fighter?" He was like, "Done." He invested $10,000 into my training, bro.
Oh, wow.
He's a millionaire.
Damn.
Like, I'm gonna invest, and he invested $10,000 into my training, and ever since then, I've been training. I had my first fight in Atlantic City Showboat Casino. And then not even 30 days later, July 29th, I fought Wide Neck on EFC4 in Tampa. And ever since then, I just kept the ball rolling and consistent with my training, and I haven't stopped. And I got one of the best coaches in the Florida area right now, and he trains
Nice.
me, he trains Ocho Cinco, he trains a lot of social media guys, he trains a lot of Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys defensive end. He trains a lot of people, and if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be where I'm at right
Nice. I heard you say the 80s, 90s. How old are you, bro, if you don't mind me asking?
now. I'm 37 years old.
You're 37. Okay. Oh, hell, that's what's up, man. We're somewhat the same age. I turned 34 this year, if God wants, in June.
Yeah.
So, but when I was researching your stuff, right, I took some time to like dig in to like Google your stuff, and man, Los, look, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm a big advocate when it comes to fueling the younger generation with positivity, helping them, giving them advice, pointers, and experiences that a lot of us, like me and you, learned the hard way. Some harder than others because your story is remarkable, bro, because from someone who's been to prison, someone who's lived that gang life, and for somebody that's been stabbed, how many times were you stabbed, bro?
12 times.
12 times.
Hmm.
Wow. It was that. How long ago was that?
That was March 11th of 2018.
2018. So this was before you went on the show?
Yeah, it was before I went on the show.
Wow. Damn, Los, that's crazy.
Fought 17 guys. I fought 17 guys. I got it rocking with 17 guys in the middle of a club. And I fought, like, I had an issue with one of the, like, here's the thing. A lot of people were like on the show, or, Lucky Chucky, for example. He says, oh, they did you up in the, they did you dirty, or they hit you up. I never got hit up in prison. I in the street, and it was one particular group, you know what I'm saying, of the Latin Kings. And this group, I had a personal issue with one person, and he made it into a group issue. And when I did approach him, and it did happen, and I fought 17 of them, I held on to him, and I was fighting him and fighting the other ones, but I wouldn't let the main guy go. And I fought 17 guys, and by the grace of God, one of the guys that I actually went to the gym with, his name is Nico. And when the fight was happening, and I didn't even know I was stabbed or anything. All I know is I was whatever. You know what I'm saying? It was going down.
Yeah.
And, by the grace of God, this dude named Nico that went to the gym with me, he jumped on top of me, and he was like, "Yo, Los, it's me. I'm gonna get you out of here." And then like he just got me out of there, bro. Like he got me out of there, and I drove myself to the hospital. I still didn't know I was stabbed. I didn't know I had holes in me. And I drove myself to the hospital because I knew I was covered in blood. And when I walked in the hospital, they shut it down because obviously, walking in like that, they're like, yo, anything can happen right now, So they locked down for emergency, and they ripped my shirt open. And as I was driving to the hospital, I called my wife. I was like, yo, I'm going to the hospital. I just got stabbed and I'm bleeding all over. Like, she was like, why?
Oh, yeah, it's passing out.
Yeah, so I drove myself to the hospital. When I went in there, they shut it down. They cut my shirt open, and I looked down, and blood is squirting everywhere, and I'm like, oh shit.
You got caught in the back in your head too up here?
Yeah, I got caught. I got caught in the back of my head. I had 19 staples. I got caught right here. I got caught in my chin. I got a little slice on my face. I got sliced on my arm. I got stabbed here, stabbed in my rib cage, stabbed here, sliced here. There's a whole bunch of different scars.
Well, when that happened, and then you were in the process of recovery, what was your mindset?
Revenge.
Mm.
When that happened, had some after the fact, some Latin Kings from the Bronx and Brooklyn, they came up, they drove upstate right away, you know what I'm saying, to come check up on me. And I was in the hospital, and they come up, they come to the hospital, and they're like, yo, Los, like, at the end of the day, my name wasn't Los, my name was Future. I still go by Future. A lot of people know by Future. So they're like, Future, like, yo, we're gonna ride out for you, whatever. And I was like, nah, leave it. But to no avail, they didn't listen, and they were pulling up, you know what I mean? And I went through a hard time. It was a lot of revenge on my heart. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, I promised myself after I got stabbed, I was like, I'm going to catch them one-on-one because they're not known to fight fair. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's exactly what I was doing. I was catching them one by one, and it got to the point, one of them called me and was like, yo, can we have a sit down and talk? Because, like, you keep on catching us one by one, and, you giving us the business and shit. So I said, yeah, but in order for me to come meet you one-on-one and end this dispute, you have to give me the person that I want. Like, is either A, you're going to give me the person that stabbed me, because I have a clue on who stabbed me, you know what I'm saying? But I just charged it to the streets. So I have a clue who stabbed me, but I said, it's either A, you're going to give me the person that stabbed me, or B, you're going to give me the person that I want. And they were like, we're not going to give you the person that stabbed you, but we'll give you the person that you want. And we got it on.
Damn. So you said 2018. Damn, it was not that long after that where you went on the show, right?
Yeah, I went on the show. I got casted for the show in 2020, and then we filmed in 2020. 21, something like that. 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago. So 24, 23, 22. So yeah, so 21. And then it was like an 8-month process, bro, to get on the show. And then 22, the show filmed, and then they released it like not even like 2 months later after they filmed.
Oh wow. Yo, how was that
Yeah.
experience for you, bro?
Um, the experience, it sucks to say, it was something that I'm like I was accustomed to. You know what I'm saying? Because I did 3.5 years in prison, and it's not even the prison time I can be like, yo, I'm accustomed to it. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
was, you got to think, like, I was a part of this organization with the Lion Kings for over 18 years. That's a long time, bro. That's a
Yeah,
long time.
cause you say you started to hit the streets when you were 16.
Like 15, 16 years old. Yeah. And it was a long time, like a long time. You know what I'm
Yeah, hell
saying?
yeah, yeah.
It's something that, like, I wasn't just a nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I held positions, I held ranking, I was giving orders. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if I wanted somebody touched, they were gonna get touched. I was that
Hmm.
person to call. And I just, yeah,
You
yeah.
just you just it got to when did it get to where you were like, yo, I'm done. Like, I don't want, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Um,
I'm done with this,
so,
and you
so
just wanted to change.
so for quite some time, I went inactive. I felt bad, and then I did time with one of the bros. I did time where I was in Wyoming Correctional. No, I was in Franklin Correctional Facility with him, and me and him became like this. You know what I'm saying? We became cool, and I said, "Yo, if you ever need me, I'm always gonna be there." Like, even when he came out of prison and whatever, we stood in contact with each other. And he called me in like 2017. So he was like, "Yo, bro, like, like, he's well known, like, he's very well known. You know what I'm saying, within the Latin
Yeah.
Kings." He called me. He was like, "Yo, I'm trying to, start this, whatever, whatever." And I'm like, I'm not down with that. Like, I'm over the road. I'm a truck driver. Like, I really can't be there the way you want me to be there. He was like, "Yo, I just need you to I need your knowledge and your experience and help me, whatever, whatever." I'm like, "I bet." So me having the person I am, I always want to help people. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
steer them in the right direction. And even while I was being over the road, I just decided to go active again, and I helped form one of the chapters of LKG, which is Latin King. At the time, it was called Latin King Gangsters, but then we changed it to Latin King Guardians, and I helped start one of the LKG chapters down in the Bronx and
Oh
upstate New
wow.
York.
And you were when you did your time in prison, was it where you say it was at again? Again?
Where wasn't I at? In New York. It was in New York, and I probably touched like 10, 12 prisons.
Wow, that's crazy. Another thing that I saw in your bio, that it really caught my attention, bro, because I came from a similar um place when it comes to like I hit the streets too, but I never joined the gang. Um, but I come from a really strict household, where I'm talking about, like, my parents, and I said in the podcast a lot, my parents were Christians. So, and then I saw you in your bio, it said that you came from a strict household. Um,
Mm-hmm.
what did that mean? What does that mean?
Strict household, like strict Puerto Rican family. You know what I'm saying? Like, family's everything. And it was the household where you don't talk back to your mom, you don't talk back to your father, and if you did, you was gonna get popped right there and then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was do as you're told, don't question, and just do as you're told. Do what I tell you to do, and you do it to the best of your ability. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom was very my mom was hood but old school, and my dad was old school but firm. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And my dad was I was like a sponge. My dad is like one of my role models. You feel me? So but my dad was one of them guys where back in the day where he was just that man. Just put it that way. He was that man. And when he said something, it went. You know what I mean? And he took care of the whole neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like, financially, he would take care of the neighborhood. The homeless people would line up just to bring the groceries upstairs in the building for my dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, my dad was that.
Mm.
and it was a strict household, but there was some street shit to it, you know what I mean? So I had a little bit of both. Like I had the dad that was very strict and, hey, listen, you're gonna graduate school and you're not gonna fuck up. But then there was that side of him also where it was like, you know, let's go get this money. You know what I'm saying? So I had a little bit of both. So I soaked it up.
Wow. What made you start hanging out? Like, what made you go to the streets?
Friends and friends. You know what I mean? I grew up in Middletown. Born in the Bronx, raised in Middletown, New York, and my elementary school, my middle school friends, and high school friends were all a part of a clique. We started off on a clique, and it was called TCT down in Middletown. And then at that time, ABG, LNLD, and all these other cliques started forming. So we had our own clique, and we just didn't take no shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would wear my colors outside the house, but the moment I came into the house, I would disrespect my parents. You know what I'm saying? But the moment I stepped out, I was on that street shit, and I chose the streets. You know what I'm saying? I chose the streets. I chose to run the streets. I chose to gang bang. I chose to do this, and you know, I'm not gonna say I regret it, because the reason why I don't regret it because it made me the person I am today. You know what I'm saying? Alongside with my wife. You know what I mean? My wife, she had to take a chisel and chisel a lot to make me the person I am today. I'm not perfect, but you know, she broke that structure and that foundation and helped rebuild it to where it's at today.
When you went on the show, what was her opinion about that? Did she want you to go? She said, "Nah, Los, you crazy. What the hell's wrong with you?" What was she thinking, or was she just supporting you?
She didn't like it.
Ah.
My wife didn't like it because my wife is not the person to my wife is into her fitness. You know what I mean? Like, she loves her job. She loves her job. She has a good paying, really good paying job. And she's into her fitness, and she doesn't like the limelight like that. You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't want the spot like that. And I'm the type of person that I'm out there. Like, I'm out there. Like, let's get it. Let's get this money.
Yeah, confident too. You're a confident person.
And so she didn't like the fact that I was gonna do the show, and then I was like, you know what, it's gonna put me in a position, it's gonna put us in a position where we can, you know, elevate. You know what I mean? And eventually she said okay, and you know, does she hated it. She hates it to this day. She wish I never did it. You know what I mean? Sometimes I wish I never did it, but then again, it's like if I never did, then you guys would have had a boring season 7.
Yeah, nah, hell yeah. C1 with the C1 pop boss, man. Bro, you were man bro, I'll tell you something, man. I mean, I've watched all the seasons, you know, but when you came on, I was like, oh man, yeah, this fool looks solid. Yeah, I'm gonna rock with him, you know. And you know, and I heard the accent, I was like, and he's from New York too, you know. Damn, bro, the way you were carrying yourself, bro, you know, the way you called out the whole pod, you know, for a fade.
If you feel some type of way, step in and settle. If not, no settle.
I step between them because I don't want nothing bad to happen. Carlos is in everybody's stuff. I don't think he's doing it like maliciously, but at the same time, it comes across as it's questionable.
I'm with the smoke. I'm with anybody. I'm none of this. That goes for anybody, yo. Attention, anybody feel some type of way about me, about writing a statement, helping Nick out? If you feel some type of way, step in and settle. If not, shut the up. Period.
I was like, yo, my respect for you. Man, it just sucked how they pulled you out, you know. I got bummed out for that, man. I was like, come on, man.
The sheriff, here's the thing, like, what you see me do on the show is what I actually did in prison. Like, for example, a lot of dudes, like, for example, Chucky. You sent off an 18-year-old kid and you using kid as a pawn and this and that. Rather me than the next person.
Yeah.
I know the limit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was in prison. There was no limit. There was no limit in prison. Yo, that's your plate. Go get. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was no send them off for a pack of noodles. Nah, I'm not sending you off for a pack of noodles in prison. I'm gonna send you off because I really want you to go get that, and you got to go get that. You got to mark that spot. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
if think about it like this, Nick is a good kid. He's my boy. You know what I'm saying? But if I didn't do what I did on the show, I'm just giving people what you see me do on the show is a sprinkle of what really happens in jails and prisons. It's just the tip of the iceberg of what I'm showing you. Just a little sprinkle, a dash. Because if I really wanted to, bro, it could have went way worse. It could have went way worse because that mentality of gang life and being in a gang in prison and running structure and being in charge of, you know, a group of men, that takes part. You know what I'm saying? So what you see me do on the show is things that I actually did in prison. The only thing that I didn't do in prison that I did on the show, and I only did it because I know it was going to get a reaction, was write the statement.
Anybody else want to document all the witness statements?
Y'all see the whole thing right here.
They said they had to investigate, and they said, does anybody want to write a statement? I was the first one to put my hands up. I have to get Nick back, and I'm going to stand up for what's right. At the end of the day, the statement was to get Nick back because he was one of the characters of the show. And I knew for a fact that what I wrote on that statement was going to get back to the sheriff because I'm a participant. The sheriff knows I'm a participant.
Yeah.
And there's real inmates in there, right? Who is the sheriff going to believe? Is he going to believe the inmates or is he going to believe a person that he put in the jail?
A person put in the jail. You're giving him information.
So all I wrote on the statement was Nick saved the pot from somebody being stabbed. I was happy to see him because, you know, that's my little buddy right there.
As soon as I came back in, everybody was like, yeah, we got Nick back. We got G back.
The whole time he was going, I was like, yo, Nick did not do anything. Nick did not do anything. Nick did not do anything. If anything, he prevented. I was confident enough Nick was going to come back at some point. He's just...
So I mean, I've never been to prison, but so it's pretty much writing a statement is a big no-no.
Yeah, it's a big no-no, but I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
I knew what I was doing, and obviously it rustled some feathers.
Yeah.
People don't take kindly when people write statements. It kind of makes you think like you're the police, and you know we're kind of against the police in here. You know, we're in jail, so why would you help them do their job? They got all the cameras there, they got everything, so let them go back and look at the camera, and they can figure it out. I'm not gonna help you with your job when you should be doing it anyways.
Talking to the police is like snitch, but like, I know I don't snitch, so I don't really care. Never showed up in anybody's discovery packet, I never will.
Well, bro, man, that one interview where they pulled you out and you pulled out that shank and you gave it to the producers, I was like, oh, that's crazy. How you just like pulling shit out, you know? It's like,
see, but here's the thing. They only show you one shank. I had 1, 2, 3. I had 4. I had 3 shanks and 1 razor. They're not showing you everything that I gave them.
damn. Why do you think is that?
Because I was exposing way more shit than what he wanted me to.
Damn.
And be like, yo, you found a shank. Listen, if I was in prison, I would have got a shank in prison. You know what I'm saying? I would have made my own shank and nobody would have nobody would know about it. And before I went on the show, there was the sheriff and then there was the white guy, the captain or whatever, the colonel. And the colonel in the show, the colonel, before we went on the show, he was like, there's no shanks in my prison. I was like, you sure about that?
Oh,
he was
damn.
Like, and then when you watch the show, he said they edited to say there's potentially shanks in my jail. They edited no shanks. So the editing crew is amazing. The moment I pushed it, it snapped. And you can hear it in the pod, but nobody was paying attention because it was so loud. Darius heard it though. Even though they shook out the whole dorm, there's shanks in this jail that some of these COs don't know about.
Do you have that contraband on you now?
Yes, I do. So this right here is an ice pick. You wrap it up right here, make a handle. If this goes sharpened and into a point, this can do some damage. This will hurt somebody. So I'm gonna give that to you guys. But I like you if you put a person that has experience with, especially with gangs and prison and all that, you're gonna find shanks. You're gonna find something to defend yourself. And it took a while to find it because I wasn't thinking of it. But then the moment I stepped into the thing and I'm like, wait a second, hold on, wait a second. Let me get that. And you know what? A shank is a shank. A shank is a shank. I didn't sharpen it. I was in the process of sharpening it, but I didn't sharpen it to that where I wanted it to be sharp. But I just showed them like, hey, I got a shank in your jail. And you guys are blatantly don't even know where it was right there in front of me. Like, that's your fault, not mine.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely most likely pissed him off, bro. Even what got you pulled out was the pills, right?
One pill.
You now know why inmates get these pills and take them.
Took two, 3 of those. I was in loud. I slept like football. I chewed. I was like on cloud 9.
So, I mean, I'm watching. Have you taken any pills?
I took one. I'm not gonna lie. I did take one.
Why did you take a pill?
It's hard to sleep sometimes, you know? Just the sounds alone will drive a person insane. The voices, the banging, and it just gets louder and louder and louder to the point that you actually get a headache that you have to lay down and sleep. So I just reverted back to that mindset like when I was in prison. Get it over with, you know?
Had you noticed Carlos's mood change?
Yeah, I want to say like the last 4 days or so, he just seems tired of it. You know, it's just, this place is bad. You know, we're around a bunch of idiots. And it's really draining on you at the end of the day.
So the only thing I can do is sleep the days away and just, you know, do my time. Because listen, while you're sleeping, you don't even know you're in jail. But the moment you wake up, you're like, damn, I'm still here. But I'm not gonna take any more.
I didn't take any last night.
No.
One pill.
Yeah, so how you hire me or put me in the jail to find whatever you want me to find, expose the CEOs, expose your jail, expose whatever. And I get you pills. Like, I'm showing y'all like it's how easy it is to get pills in this jail.
Yeah, damn.
Pills, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But little do they know, or little does everybody know, is before I went in the jail, I had swallowed 2 loonies full of weed. 2 balloons full of weed. And I was gonna bring weed into the jail.
You wild.
And I into the jail, you would have seen a level of 60 days in that y'all never seen before. But the producers was like, nah, don't do it. Like, all right, cool. But like, they don't show you a lot of things, bro. They don't show you a lot of things. And the pills was just like nothing. The pills was nothing. Like, you got to think about it. Like, we're in a jail for 60 days, right? And this particular jail, compared to any other county jail I was in, there's concrete walls. This jail is metal walls.
Oh, shit.
So the roof, the walls, the only kind of concrete we had was inside the cells. And then we had metal beds, metal toilets, metal everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Metal walls. So you got to think, metal walls tend to ricochet the echo. And there's constantly a buzz. Bzz. Like, you hear a buzz in the walls. and that shit gives you a headache. That's why they were like, that's why the code word was I have a headache. Because you have a headache.
Oh, okay.
So that's why they went up with the code I have a headache, because they knew the metal walls give you a headache. And it was true. It was giving me a headache, but I didn't want to go like this. So I was like, you know what? I'm on the countdown. I got like 5 days to go home. Let me get one of them pills, man. Sleep. I'm sleeping my day. I'm sleeping my days away. And it was the best sleep.
So out of 60 days, what day did you get pulled out? What number?
55.
50. Yeah, you were right there too, bro. Man. Wow, that's fire, bro.
Yeah, give me a mattress. Give me a mattress. No, give me your mattress.
Bro, you gone?
Yeah, I guess.
When I heard my name saying pack up, I didn't know what was going on.
Hey, was not expecting that.
So I didn't know what to do, and I was like, all right, you keep this bed and just give me your old mattress and, get me the hell out of there.
Whatever's there, you can keep.
Put it down, Lou. You better be going home and not to another pod. I know that. You better be going home.
About to change now because Carlos, he really held a lot of things down. And Thump was really waiting for Carlos to leave.
What you smiling about, bro? What you smiling about, bro?
Just to cause trouble again.
Surprise, surprise. 55.
Damn, that's dope, man. And once that aired, how was your life? Were people recognizing you when you would like walk to store or something? Yeah?
Yeah, I get noticed all the time. Yeah, I get noticed all the time. I just got noticed yesterday. I was at the gym at Crunch, and I was just hitting the bag, and there's a bunch of bags there, and one of the guys comes to me. He goes, "Yo, bro," he goes, "I've seen you in here plenty of times. I just never had the balls to come talk to you." He was like, "You look familiar, bro. You look like that one dude from that show 60 Days In." Dude, he was like, "That dude Carlos." I was like, "Yeah, I'm him." He was like, "No shit."
Oh fuck, man.
A lot. I get noticed a lot because my season is one of the first seasons where, compared to all the other seasons, like, they're trying to top everything that I did. Like, the producers are trying to find somebody to outdo me, but nobody has done it yet.
Yeah, man. Solid.
I can't wait to see season 9.
Season 9? When did that drop?
I don't know, but I know they're recording in Utah.
Damn. I see Darius is he's a big supporter of your boxing career, because the first fight I've seen both fights, but the first one he did a dope little, like, I guess it was channel where he went to like Atlantic City walking on the board, and then interviews you and your opponent, and I see the fight too. So that was dope to do. So how often do you talk to Darius?
Every day.
My man. Is he up there where you stay at or not?
He's in South Carolina, but that's like Darius Dante. His name is Darius on the show, but his real name is Dante. That right there, that's my brother. That's my brother. He goes to every single fight. He comes out here to Florida and we kick it. He comes to my crib. Nice. We chill. Like, we always talking. He's actually going to the fight in Chicago against Chucky. Like, he's gonna be. Just yesterday, I was with Trinity. Trinity was out here doing the DJing for a comedy show, and I pulled up on her, took her to the lagoon and all that. I didn't drink, but she had a couple drinks. Yeah. I stay in contact with a lot of people, not only from my season. I stay in contact with a lot of people from seasons 1 through 8.
Really?
Yup. Zach from season 1 and Ashley, his wife, from season 2, was just out here last month, and they fought. I got Zach on the card to box.
Oh wow, that's dope. What about Abner? Have you ever talked to Abner?
Speak to Abner all the time, but he went MIA on me right now. Like, I don't know what's up with him. I know he bought a ticket to show up to the fight, and I've been texting him and calling him, but he hasn't responded. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him though.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's cool. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be watching the fight too, man.
Fire.
But yeah, bro. Yeah. So real quick before we end it, you have a fight coming up this Saturday, 420. My man gonna put in the work, and you're gonna fight Chucky Lucky, man. That's a long overdue fight right there, bro. When y'all did that part in the season where you guys, yeah, the reunion, bro. Yo, bro, you had me going, man. You know, but just like the way he gets so irritated, man. You know, you could tell like you make him feel real uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been trying to fight him for a long time, right?
Yes, I have.
Damn.
Well, I've been trying to fight him for 2 years. 2 years, and I called him out. I initiated it by calling him out after the show, and I said, let's fight for charity. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't want to fight me, and then he fought another dude named Viking Mindset. And then 2 years, just back and forth, bro, like back and forth. And he goes on the internet. He talks about my wife. He talks about my kids. He talks about people's dead kids that died over overdose. Like he attacks my friends on their comments, other social media and content creators. He attacks my family. You know what I'm saying? So this fight right here, April 20th at the Cicero, Illinois, in Cicero Stadium, is very, very, very personal. It's very personal. He thinks he's gonna win. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna say I'm gonna win. Let me correct myself. I'm gonna say I'm gonna win because I know what I can do. But he hasn't trained. He hasn't trained as hard as me. He hasn't put in the work as hard as me. He hasn't shed blood. He hasn't done anything the way I did it. And I'm really about this life. And April 20th, I plan on ending them and shutting them up.
Damn, how many rounds is that you guys fighting for?
Because of his age, I'm 37. He's 45. It's going to be 3 2-minute rounds, but I can do enough in 3 2-minute rounds.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'll be watching the fight, bro. I'm going to New York for a Sweet 15. And Sweet 15 is on Saturday, but I'm going to be watching the phone for my fight. I'm going to be watching the fight for my phone. You know, I bought the ticket. I'm definitely going to watch it, and I'm rooting for you, man. I know you're going to put in that work, bro. You're going to be 3-0, and I'm excited to see what happens, you know, after this fight, bro.
After the fight, we got some plans with we're probably gonna fight again, but I do have somebody else on my radar that has been he's made contact, and he's made contact with me, and I made contact with him, and he's from MTV. He's from a reality show on MTV, Hobby from Teen Mom. So,
oh, okay, hell yeah,
that might be next.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. Well, Carlos, man, I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I'm real humbled by this opportunity, bro, to speak to you. When I started this podcast last year, this is episode number 31. I intentionally started it to try to put, because I talk to a lot of people, bro, and you know what I'm saying, and they have a lot of stories. How they transform their life, and that's who I like to invite on my podcast. It's individuals like yourself who has something going on for themselves, and even if they don't have something going on for themselves, you know, people have stories to tell, and you have a remarkable story. I feel honored to be able to talk to you. I was speaking to my sponsors. Was it Friday, and he told me when you started your podcast, would you ever thought that you would have had somebody like Carlos, you know, on the podcast? I said, hell no. I mean, even when I was seeing the show, I would have never thought I would have had the opportunity to talk to you. You know, people like us don't, you know, but bro.
A lot of people, and I say this a lot to people that I meet. Just because I was on a TV show doesn't change the fact that I'm human. Just because I was on a TV show doesn't change the fact that I grew up in similar situations as everybody else. Just because I was in a TV show doesn't mean I got a silver spoon in my mouth. Just a TV show doesn't mean that you can't come up to me and I won't. Man, I still shop at the Salvation Army and Goodwill. Come on now.
Hell yeah. Hey, boy, you find a lot of good shit there, bro. Yeah. A lot. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, look, man, I appreciate you coming on, bro. Actually, I'm working on getting you that T-shirt, that gear I was telling you about. We're putting it together for you. Once it's ready, we'll mail it out to you. And just thank you, bro, for taking the time to talk to me. Thank you for like actually responding, bro. You know, like I reached out to a lot of people, and you know, they left me on red, man. And that one
Well,
day,
no, let me know if you want, man. I'll connect you with Dante, with Darius. I'll connect you with Rose and Trinity and all them. And
okay, hell yeah, yeah. Bro, I would appreciate that, man. Darius, he seems like a really cool dude, man. I mean, all you guys fucking look cool, man. You know.
I'll make it
I
happen.
bet. Appreciate you, Los. Hey, man. Thank you, Los, for coming on, man. From the bottom of my heart, God bless you. Good luck on your fight, man. We'll be rooting for you. We'll be, you know, I got my money on you. I know you're gonna win, and I'm glad that after,
Let's touch base after the fight.
yeah, for sure. Bet. All right, my brother. God bless you, man. This is episode number 31 with Carlos from 60 Days In. Yeah, be easy, man. And God bless all of y'all, man.
I let
Give
it,
me a
bro.
second. It's all right, man.